mucus cells. Again, thick viscous secretions, low in enzymes. Here we also have some mucus cells, and then more serous cells. This is a blood vessel up here. You're going to see blood vessels on tissue. You're also going to see ducts that carry the salivary gland secretions. You're going to see salivary gland ducts. Again, here's the blood vessel we saw before. These gray cells here are the mucus cells. The darker purple stained cells are the serous cells. So mucus cells, lighter stained, dark stained serous cells. Blood vessel right there. And then these things over here look like cavities in the tissue. Another blood vessel. These things. What's that? What is this? Any guesses? Here's another, this is a duct. This is a salivary gland duct. Now salivary gland ducts, you can see the nuclei around it. The small salivary gland ducts, the wall is made up of simple cuboidal epithelium. All blood vessels are lined with what kind of epithelium? What is the endothelium? Blood vessels. What kind of epithelium? Simple squamous epithelium. That's why I said you need to recognize blood vessels, because you have blood vessels here, you have various ducts, in this case salivary gland ducts. Just pointing one out. Now getting back to what I had before, what is this thing up here? What is it? It's a tear in the tissue? What do we have all over our body? Nothing more than we like. Adipose. This is fat. And the fat cells are the adipocytes. Tend to just look like empty spaces, as I said, in life they're full of fat droplets that gets leached out when you fix and stain the tissue, so they just look like a big empty space. So that's adipose. Again, these are serous cells around here, darker purple stained ones. What's this structure right here? Look at the nuclei that line it. The big round nuclei we saw before? No, they're flat, which means what? What kind of tissue? Epithelium. That's flat nuclei. Because the cells are flat. What is it? Simple squamous, which makes this a blood vessel, not a duct. That's why I said you got to be able to recognize blood vessels now and distinguish them from the various ducts we see in these organs. Here, salivary gland ducts, we're going to see them in the liver. Hepatic ducts, we're also going to see them also in the pancreas. Pancreatic ducts. So you got to be able to differentiate among them. These things over here are nerves, cut through. That's a blood vessel. Now look at the shape and the size here. Quite large. See, it's pretty much flattened. Vein or artery? It is a vein. A large lumen, fairly large size, relatively thin wall. As I said, veins, when there's no blood in them, tend to collapse, or at least be partial collapse. So this is a vein. You can tell it's a blood vessel because these nuclei, you can see, are flat, indicating simple squamous epithelium, which is the lining of all normal blood vessels, veins and arteries, and even capillaries. These ducts, salivary gland ducts, the small ones would be simple cuboidal epithelium. The larger ones would be stratified, but none with squamous epithelium. Okay, right next to that blood vessel, we've got a duct right here. Look at this one, a little more detail. You can see the nuclei are not flat, like they were in that blood vessel. This one you can see is stratified. It's a larger duct, which is typical of larger salivary glands. Since they're stratified, the small ones are usually simple cuboidal. These in the submandibular tend to be a stratified columnar, which is unusual. You don't see that much in the body. So large salivary gland ducts, the submandibular tends to be a stratified columnar. You can see more than one layer here of nuclei. You also see that nuclei are generally oval in shape, indicating column-shaped cells. So stratified columnar epithelium in the ducts. Here's a tiny blood vessel. See the blood cells in it. And again, if we go over here, touch here's a very good salivary gland duct. And what kind of epithelium do we have here in the wall? Look at the nuclei. They're round, single layer, which makes this what? Simple cuboidal. And that's typical for salivary gland ducts, at least the small ones. A simple cuboidal epithelium, as opposed to the simple squamous epithelium that lines all blood vessels, all normal blood vessels. And again, what type of cells are these? The dark stained ones? Serous cells. Produce the thin water secretion high in enzyme. Again, the enzyme is amylase. There's another salivary gland duct. You can see the simple cuboidal epithelium indicated by those single layer of rounded nuclei. There's a couple of blood vessels. See the blood cells in the blood vessel. Okay, there's also something else you didn't recognize on these slides. Now, some of the serous cells form kind of a crescent-shaped cap over the mucous cells. And that fancy name is called serous gemellulins, and that's on your handout. Serous gemellulins, which means like a partial mooning. Moon or universe referring to mooning. They're kind of crescent-shaped. Right here and right here. Mucous cells capped by these darker stained serous cells. It's kind of like a crescent or partial moon shape. These are called serous gemellulins, and again, it's on your handout here. Yeah, these are all mucous cells in here. There's a salivary gland duct, serous cells, right once again, mucous cells. And this capping, this crescent shaped capping, and some of the mucous cells by the serous cells, serous gemellulins.